Okay, let's try and get this done in a commendable fashion if we can. What's going on, guys? It is I, Cooper88, also known as Steve, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes and the Devil's Daughter. We are in the final case, guys. Chain Reaction is our final case, and then after that is the Fever Dreams, which is basically the credits. The credits are so. Let's see if we can finish this episode up, guys. I'm pumped. I just got Batman Arkham City done yesterday, so let's try to get this series wrapped up, and then I got a couple of other surprises possibly in store for you guys. I like to mix it up. But let's get into this, guys. Let's try and finish the game up. So hopefully you guys will be entertained, I'm hoping. So,
Holmes, you simply have to face up to it. You need to have a serious discussion with Kate about her origins.
I can't.
No more excuses. She will learn soon enough that Alice is leaving. This other hidden secret. She will not forgive you.
She does not need to know why.
No? So she will blame you for Alice's departure. Is that what you want?
No, I certainly... It's as Kate said, I always do the wrong thing where she's concerned.
Now look here. I'll take care of your case once we're back at Baker Street.
Cabby, why have we stopped?
The road to the square is blocked, sir.
Why?
There's been a bad road accident.
Oh, splendid.
We'd better hurry. There may be injured who need help.
oh, this started off.
He has stopped breathing. There's no... His pupils are constricted, but they are moving. He is still alive. I must act quickly to save him.
Well, okay, this case started off absolutely grand. Start with a roadside accident, and now we're playing paramedic to keep people alive.
Thank goodness. This man will live. Holmes, don't just stand there. Do something.
Please move to a safer area, sir.
Oh,
I would have died if not.
okay, so we gotta try to assess it quickly.
I can't lift it with my bare hands.
Okay, come on. Okay, come on.
Thank you for saving me.
Come on. Okay, what do we got here? Ah. Okay. We're gonna try and rescue these people. Come on. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, I can't help this man.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
Good.
Oh, my shoulder. I'd better call.
Ah, crap. We didn't get to save somebody. Okay, come on. Switch to Watson.
Please help me. My leg.
My name is Dr. Watson. Let me examine you.
Okay, so obviously there was somebody in the store.
It hurts.
There's some extreme bruising.
Okay, so obviously, guys, we
I think that an
couldn't
improvised
save the person in the
bandage will do
drugstore.
now. One moment, and I'll fetch what I need. Now, let me apply the bandage. I need something.
Okay, put back. Ah, there we go.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Perhaps Holmes will find a way to free this poor man.
Thank you, Doctor. Oh, my shoulder.
I'm a doctor. Will you allow me to look at your shoulder?
Ouch! Ah! 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 Ouch! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Okay, Wait.
Ah! Ouch!
Okay, so I gotta get it where all three light up. Why are you crying, dude? I'm trying to get your arm put back in place.
Ah!
Ooh. Oh, there we go.
Thank you for your help.
Help!
Okay, so the man in the drugstore is pretty much dead. I need to quit lollygagging, otherwise more people are gonna die. So, I probably should have went after the guy in the drugstore first, because... I mean, it's not like it's really consequential, but one of the... For those that are looking to play this game and get, like, all the trophies and whatnot, there is a trophy for rescuing every single person in this instance. Like, nobody being able to die, and that's what I was gonna try and do just on my own. There's the handsaw. I was trying to rescue everybody just for the sake of gameplay, but obviously it didn't come out that way, which is rather unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Thanks for your help.
So, I mean, we almost got everybody. So, minus the guy in the drugstore, which we probably should had.
I see no visible injuries.
Oh, my head.
Well, we probably should have tried to save the drugstore owner first, but unfortunately, I didn't even think about that because I was looking more on the outside.
Holmes, it appears the police have arrested someone. Perhaps it is the person responsible for this disaster.
So, we pretty much got everybody. So, I mean, getting everybody minus that drugstore owner, you know, that's still pretty good. But I would recommend trying to get the drugstore owner first if you possibly can. That way, he doesn't die and you don't have to restart
Let
the
me go.
entire game.
You're talking nonsense.
Insulting a police constable, eh? That's quite enough.
What's happening here, Constable?
Mr. Holmes, this gentleman here is the fellow who built the scaffolding which collapsed and caused this accident.
That ain't true. How were you hurt? This hammer hit me on the leg. How? It flew out from the scaffolding I put up. When the damn thing collapsed, the hammer flew out and cost me leg.
You were standing over there at the time.
Oh, aye. Yeah, that's right.
So it would not have been possible for him to bring the scaffolding down, Constable?
Perhaps it was poorly constructed.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. And what made it fall? Perhaps it was you, waving around that rotten stick of yours.
You'll wind up getting a taste of it if you carry on like this.
One moment, Constable. The scaffolding here has been entirely dislodged. It is unlikely that this disaster could have been the fault of this gentleman. Allow me to inspect the area. And if you could possibly be of use, close off the surrounding section. Do not grant anyone access, nor allow them to leave. Is that quite clear?
Absolutely, Mr. Holmes.
Okay.
This accident is a little unusual. I need to concentrate on the details. I must include all the participants in the accident sequence.
Okay, so scaffolding was dislodged that caused this roadside accident and caused everybody to
My poor leg.
right. So let's run around here and look at the map of the accident.
The rope holding the bunting was torn apart. A large section of it is now missing.
Okay.
What do you make of this accident, Holmes?
Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
Please. Not now. I'm in shock.
Right. Okay.
This cab hit the scaffold and caused it to fall.
Okay. So let's run around here and try and figure out the clues and figure out what caused all these accidents.
A common fatal. An uncommon location. Celebratory bunting. A dead driver. Another victim of the explosion. This horse was blinded by the flag, causing it to bolt into the window. The overturned lamps may well have caused the fire and explosion.
Interesting.
This cab was set on fire by the explosion at the lamp shop. This cab was set on... The driver is dead. He was killed by the explosion.
So piece all this together.
Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
No, you can't. Go away.
This jaunting car would be capable of travelling at great speed. Celebratory bunting. Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
It all happened so quickly. There was an explosion and my horse startled and threw me back against those wardrobes.
Might I ask you...
It all happened...
Those wardrobes fell like dominoes. The pumpkins fell here after the sprung cart collided. This mechanism played a part in the accident, I'm sure of it.
We'll get to that in a second.
Good day to you, sir. Would you mind answering some questions? I'm investigating this accident. Are you the driver of this cart?
Yeah. I was transporting vegetables from my farm to the London market.
What can you tell me about the accident?
I don't know. There was a collision, I felt the ground, I come over all dizzy.
What did you collide with?
That contraption up in front of me. He stopped all of a sudden and I tried to avoid him, but I wasn't quick enough.
Do you have any idea what might have caused this cab to stop so sharply?
No idea. What a bloody carnage.
The old gas lamps in this square have been upgraded to electricity. A puddle of water and electricity. A deadly combination. I won't be able to release it with my bare hands.
Ah.
That's it.
Okay, so far... Good. So we're able to get to this other side.
This is an absolute disaster. This is an absolute disaster.
Hey, Lewis. Yeah, wrapping this series up like I did Arkham City yesterday.
This technical cab was involved in this tragic accident.
Okay, so... Getting a little bit more of the mystery solved here as far as the elements found in this accident. Technical cab.
This carriage was struck by the scaffold when it fell.
Okay, one more clue and we should be able to...
Might I ask you some
get
questions
everything
regarding the accident?
Please. Not now. I'm in shock.
Okay, one more clue and I can put all the pieces together. And I'm guessing the final clue lies within the mechanism here. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Wait. Counterweight. Platform. Oh, wait a minute. Aha. Good. Or not. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. we at? Okay, so this is up, this is stuck. Right? Ah, wait a minute. Okay. See, sometimes it takes a while to figure this out. There we go. I didn't see the pumpkin there, that's why it...
That's it.
Didn't see the pumpkin there, so that's why it kind of... Whoa, why are we in first person? Yeah, that. I don't want to be in first person. Okay, so let's look at the map.
I believe I've enough information about this accident. Now let's recreate the sequence of events.
That's what I like about these games. That's what I like about a lot of the Sherlock Holmes games is you're really more intuitive on puzzle solving and critical thinking, like trying to figure out and put the pieces together. And I especially love how this and Crimes and Punishment introduced the deduction board system where you can actually kind of start piecing everything together and connecting the webs. At least I think Crimes and Punishment was the first. It might have been Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. But what was it now? Hang on, let me reset the sequence. Okay. Present time. See what it looks like in present time. Okay, yeah. I'm probably going to get this entirely wrong. Or no. No, that doesn't make sense because if that was 9, then hang on. This is one of the more critical thinking ones, because okay, let's look at the timeline that we got now. He's dead. That's dead. Okay. So, he switched over to here. This launched over here. This fell. And this fell here. And this one fell here. This went out. This one fell. This one went over here. Which in turn would have caused this accident. No, wait. I did that all out of order. Hang on. Okay. This one, hit this one. This will... Okay, no, it did crash into the scaffolding. Which would have taken this one out. Taken this one out. No, it's just timing, because you gotta line the sequence up correctly, and I'm probably gonna get this wrong.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, he said that contraption in front of me. So he went there. He tried to avoid him. Didn't. Which then led...
That's it.
There we go.
The technical cab's sudden halt caused this disaster, but the lamppost fell down afterwards. So why did the cab stop? An old sprung cart, which has seen better days.
What a bloody carnage!
A tattoo. I suspect it's from a gang. This man was killed by electricity, as shown by the distinct mark on his hand. This man was armed with a revolver. Webley, I suspect. This cab was painted recently. There is some text underneath the paint here. Could be important. I'll need to find a way to remove this fresh paint. There's a metal strapping. Some kind of solvent. A piece of fabric drenched in solvent.
Okay, so...
Rasco. Yes, I know him. He's a small-time local criminal.
Yeah, and there's something else that's there.
A pneumatic hammer. Mud. Oof. Smells bad.
Okay. Good, good, good. So we're... Let's try and wipe this off. Nope. Still gotta clean this off.
Underground Electric Railways Company of London.
What a bloody carnage!
There is some electrical wiring here beneath the manhole.
Okay. Let's follow this wiring all the way up here and see where it leads. Aha! Time to do some lockpicking. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna get complicated real quick.
There's no space for this lockpick.
There's no...
There's no space for this lockpick.
There we go. Well, that's at least one done. There we go. Good. Now let's do some thorough investigative work. Methinks there's some tomfoolery afoot.
I've not seen such a device before.
Okay. Ah, okay, I'm starting to figure this out. Nope. Nope. Bingo!
The electrical charge which affected the technical cab came from here.
So it's basically what, a Tesla coiled, like, EMP, basically? I mean, that's technically what it sounds like, a Tesla coiled EMP of sorts. Okay, so let's look out here.
I can see the technical cab very well from here.
Okay. Ambush point. Okay. Interesting. And where's the constable?
There's a metal strapping.
Holmes, I was looking for you. I have an idea about the accident.
Never mind. This one is murder.
What?
What?
You? You're the murderer,
You're
eh?
off your head.
Are you sure, Holmes?
Oh, yes. A murder and an accident, because the killer, by electrocuting the cab, created this chaos. And so this multiple crash is now our great chance.
Our great chance? Of what, Holmes?
The culprit could not have planned for this to happen, don't you see? And it is possible that he is still here due to the prompt arrival of the police. Now I see 5 men who could be our murderer. Let us take a look at the map.
Okay. Got one more. Where is he? Hey. I'm gonna say that this guy's not a suspect because he's a workman. And despite it being coincidence, I don't think that he's the one that brought the scaffolding down. I think he just happened to be in the wrong place, wrong time. No, the fruit cart guy is definitely not a suspect. Not the wardrobe guy. I put this guy as a suspect because he doesn't... This guy just seems suspicious because he's just standing there, and he seems very nervous and anxious. Oh, come on. Really? I gotta make a choice?
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Okay, let me look around here. Okay. So, this is the worker. I don't think... He's not the culprit. This guy is not the culprit. This guy's in shock. This guy's a worker. This guy's a fruit vendor. This guy's this. And this guy just seems suspicious. I'm gonna put him as a suspect. Exactly. No, I believe this guy.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Hey, you know what? Fine, everybody's a suspect. How about that?
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Jeez. Not a suspect. Not a suspect. Not a suspect. At this point, I'm just gonna start messing around.
No, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like that.
Well, come on.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Killing me with this. You're killing me, Smalls.
No, it wasn't like that.
Wasting time trying to figure out who's guilty, who isn't.
That's it.
There we go. Exactly, right?
My... Constable, I suspect 3 people here. Take them to Scotland Yard for questioning.
As long as I don't leave empty-handed, all's good and well.
I know that look, Holmes. Have you found something new?
That's right. In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I understand, Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion. About Kate.
Okay, so where are we headed to next? Okay, let's first try and figure out where the technical cab is. Obviously, we know it's set out not too far from the road.
This crank has been turned.
Oops.
This is an absolute disaster.
Mud. Oof, smells bad. Fresh paint, but from something else. There was a collision here. The technical cab collided and stopped here.
Aha!
The lock was forced.
The plot thickens. We're getting it deeper and deeper.
A trail of mud goes through the entire room. There's no space for this lockpick.
Dang. Okay. There we go. That's one. So we need just... Nope, that one's not high enough. Ah, just short enough. There we go. Let's see what's in this back room, shall we?
A workshop. Saleable items are produced here. Mud. Oof, smells bad. It looks as though the carpet was placed here intentionally. An old access point to the sewers.
Well, let's examine the sewers, shall we? Oh, I forgot the game had already loaded. Okay, so what do we got? Examine the sewers beneath the shop. Examine the belongings of the victims and suspects. Interrogate possible suspects. Okay. I may skip a couple of puzzles in this particular area, guys, because some of them are like really challenging, like they were in the study in green. So don't be surprised if I just hit skip immediately. So let's go exploring here. See if we can find out where we're going. Yeah, like I really hate skipping the puzzles, Lewis, but A, it's for time, and B, some of the puzzles tend to get a little too challenging to the point that I just kind of get frustrated. So it's just better for everybody if I skip like some of them, but try and at least attempt to do most of them, if that makes sense. That way it doesn't feel like I'm just skipping everything just for the sake of skipping it. Because I want to keep up with time, but I don't want to like feel like I'm rushing through the game either. let's... Oh, well, it would help if I actually pay attention to where I'm going in the sewers here. Holmes is all spastic and drunk. Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh. Okay. Ew, duty water. I don't like it. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, I know I shouldn't go since anybody who's heard me do a story time or something where I talked about how I once bathed in sewage water when I was 10. You know, it's just gonna go like, really? It's like, look, I was young. They, you know, the bullies in my neighborhood had thrown mud at me and got my clothes all dirty. It was the closest water source, all right? There we go. So we're onto the other side here now. So what are we doing over here? Oh, that's the same switch. Okay. I'm curious. Let me switch this. No, I don't want that to be flooded. Okay, so let's try to get across the beam here. Oh god, this is make it... I swear, because it's like your eyes have to focus on both of these, and I swear it almost makes me cross-eyed every time I have to do like the crossing a beam part. I mean, you gotta have good hand and eye coordination to do those parts, but at the same time, it's like it hurts your eyes because you almost feel like you're going cross-eyed, trying to keep track of both the left and the right at the same time. What is this? Is this a crank-a-yank? Yeah, it's a crank-a-yank. So let's go down here and let's see what we can do. Ew, more duty water to cross. Okay, so we can't... Okay, so there's a break in the middle of the ladder. Ugh. Oh, more duty water. I don't like it. Really, Holmes? Really? You're just gonna stop right there? I guess it makes sense in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so climb back up here, get out of the duty water. And see where I'm at, first of all. Okay. Oh, good. I gotta cross all the way back now. Alright, no, I'm not gonna play this game. We're just gonna skip this part. We already know I'm gonna make it. It'd be pointless. We already know it'd be pointless. Okay, so let's... There we go.
A red powder. Given the circumstances, most probably iron oxide. Or just rust. Magnesium strips. Metal powder. Looks like aluminium.
Wait. Oh, what do you call it?
Metal powder. Looks like aluminium.
Oh, I thought he said... Wait. Aluminium? Did he just try to cross aluminum with adamantium? That doesn't... Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up later.
So, it was the goal of Rasco's gang to rob the bank.
Seems legit for in this timeline.
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables. This vault belongs to the Bank of England. An old map of the sewers with a red cross.
Cool. Okay.
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables.
Oh. Oh, so it's a pronunciation thing, Lewis. Okay, I was like... I had me confused for a second. I'm like, what the hell is aluminium? My brain didn't process that it could have been a pronunciational thing either. But okay, so I guess in the grand scheme of things... What the... Oh, look at that! Apparently I built myself a bridge. Actually, wait a minute. How did this bridge get here? Or wait a minute. The better question, why is this bridge? That's what we call plot armor. Coming out of... Don't you be whooshing past me. I'm just still laughing a little bit at that part because me and my buddy went to go see Infinity War yesterday, so I'm just still laughing at Dave Bautista. I got a better question. Why is Gamora? You know it's bad when even Doctor Strange looks at you like WTF. Okay, Holmes. Easy up there. Don't be busting down doors. Getting all crazy. Okay. Locate the red cross.
Murad, quite a popular brand of cigarette. This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. The tobacco's aroma is still strong. It's sweet and nutty. Metal rings. They're used to hold the barrel in one piece. Metal rings. A banknote. Dry, so it hasn't been here very long. All of the licorice has been eaten.
Really?
These barrels are empty and unsealed. The thieves used these barrels for the loot, which they then threw into the water. I need to warn Lestrade about this.
Okay, so are we done with this part? I guess we're done. Okay, so examine the belongings of victims and suspects, interrogate possible suspects, resolve the murder at the... I actually did. I really enjoyed the movie, and I'm definitely curious where they're going to go with Avengers 4, but I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that hasn't had the chance to go see it yet. But I will say, just prepare your hankies, because it gets all up in the feels. Oh God, I've sat here for too long. My back is starting to stiffen up. It's the bad part about Let's Plays, guys, is everything like cracks and you feel all elderly and old if you sit in the same place for longer than 2 hours or so, or you start slouching. But I love it. I love doing this because it kind of keeps me from getting bored, and it keeps me kind of calm. Oh, wait a minute.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
What happened?
One of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
No, he will be absent for a couple of days. Can we keep this incident between us? Mr. Holmes?
Electrical wires. A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord, with a bookmark.
Okay. That's one suspect.
Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulated. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette. My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith. Whiskey. Of poor quality. This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett. The initials MB. This letter from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address. Reginald Butcher had problems with his job. This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new. Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
So let's go to the deduction board. So 3 floating around. Whoop. Oh, we got one more to actually
Belongings
examine.
Of the victims, Rasco and his acolyte. Rasco is fond of licorice. Huh. The licorice was found both at the sewers and amongst Rasco's belongings. A normal pocket knife. A standard deck of playing cards. A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal. A Webley revolver.
Okay. Makes sense. We'll go with that theory for now because it seems Thomas Garrett might have been in collusion to get back at the Bank of England for a lot of his financial issues. So what we will do
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation.
is interrogate the suspects and just narrow down the list.
Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
Religious. Okay.
Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it. I swear.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No. It was a long time ago. I already forgot. I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council, I swear it.
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing, I swear...
Yes, you swear it, I know. Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Thomas Garrett. Why am I here?
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes. I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep, there were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How do you know about that? You a mind reader?
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. And I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
Well, my, somebody's got to stick up the rear end, don't they? I'm gonna go with the fact that, yeah, okay, he's just an anarchist, and I believe Benjamin Fowler's turned over a new leaf. I think Benjamin Fowler is honestly innocent, at least for now, until more cases come up that, at least until more facts are brought up that he may be guilty. Garrett, on the other hand, he's just an anarchist, and I doubt that he would want to work for a street gang to get revenge. That just doesn't seem like that would work. I don't believe that he's a specialist. Because he said himself he's not a specialist. Now, Garrett, I believe, because he said he's self-taught. So it's not unlikely that he wouldn't mistake Roscoe's gang for being part of the system. So it all kind of interconnects in a weird way. So, okay, we've got a lot of evidence to try and roll through here. So let's go to the hospital and get Mr. Reginald Butcher and figure out why he ran. A children's hospital.
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
Great deduction, Holmes. I just said that.
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
Okay, so Mr. Butcher probably has a son or daughter then that's hospitalized. I'm gonna go on a guess and say tuberculosis, because that was apparently where most
A young woman lost her life. Mr. Butcher's wife.
Okay, so he's a single dad.
Admission file at Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm.
I love how I'm walking around, this guy's just focused on his daughter. Remarks, heart murmur, lungs toluble.
Merrill Butcher.
Probably not tuberculosis, but I think back during that time of history, serves me correctly, tuberculosis and possibly leukemia were very, very, like, deadly killers, especially to children. Back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. I could be wrong, but that's just my theory.
Mr. Reginald Butcher, I come from Scotland Yard. Might we talk?
All right, but not too loudly. She's finally asleep.
Is she your daughter?
My pretty little Merrill. She's very ill. Now look, I'm sorry I ran, but I had to see Dr. Blowberry today and the policeman wouldn't listen.
Don't worry, I understand now. Can she be cured?
It'll take a long time, but I'm confident that we'll win this fight. I can't bear to think otherwise.
Yes. Probably just a question of money.
What are you talking about? It's a question of willpower, and my daughter will win.
I do hope so. Although the treatment at the Karolinska University Hospital is very expensive.
Yeah, it's our only hope. Thanks to the good Dr. Blowberry, she finally has a bed. We're going out next week.
Blowberry.
It's our last chance. Do you have children?
Yes, I have a daughter too.
We'd sacrifice our lives for our children, would we not?
Yes. Of course, yes. What do you do for a living, Mr. Butcher?
I work at the office of the Underground Electric Railways Company.
Then you must be familiar with electrical devices.
I am indeed. Why do you ask?
It is of no consequence, but tell me, what are the reasons behind the problems you're experiencing at work?
Problems? What do you mean?
You have already received a written warning.
Yes. I'm often late to work. My boss doesn't understand my situation. It's difficult since my daughter became ill.
I see. Coincidentally, we found one of your company's cabs in the square where the accident occurred.
Really? Why was it there?
I have no idea. Do you?
No. But a week ago we had a technical cab stolen, along with its tools. Do you think that could be the one?
It's possible.
Shh. Meryl's asleep.
I love how all of them just lit up. Well, see, it all makes sense, kind of. Mr. Butcher didn't so much run to go see his daughter, but he knew Holmes was going to put the pieces together and realized that he was the one that did it. Despite being self-taught, Garrett would not have been able to put all that stuff together. Fowler has a new life, so Butcher, after everything that we just saw, it makes sense. He helped rob the bank, but he killed the accomplices so he could take all the money for himself, which sounds greedy if it wasn't for the fact that he was doing it to try to save his daughter's life. Now, in reality, the punishment fits the crime. He has to be locked up. But in this case, considering he's a single father, his daughter has a chance of possibly passing away anyway. And just in this situation, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't want to put a father against that, especially if his daughter survives and she ends up growing up without her parents. Now, obviously, that's not how it would work in the real world, but here in the digital world, I'm going to absolve him because I don't morally feel like that's right. If his purpose, yeah, he murdered those guys, but they were thieves anyway that were going to take the money and spend them on frivolous means. Butcher was doing all this to save his daughter the same way that Mr. Freeze the same way Mr. Freeze does everything for Nora and loathes himself for it. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Butcher loathes himself for wanting to stoop down to that level. So, I'm gonna absolve him because I don't think that's
Mr.
right.
Butcher. Shh. She's finally asleep. I knew you'd
You
return.
should go to Stockholm with your daughter. You will save her. I've made my decision. Leave now.
You understand I was forced to do all this.
Perhaps you were.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye.
So let's check the conclusion. It was indeed Butcher. So, okay, we've stopped that case. Okay. Last case, last moment. We're gonna just go ahead, wrap up the entire game here. And we're gonna go with Fever Dreams. Or at least, what I'll do is I'll start this case, and we'll get a little bit of progress, but then I may just stop it. I don't know, we'll see. Depending on how fast I go through it, I may try to split it up, I may not.
Holmes, at last you're back. We can't find Kate.
What?
She went for her lesson, but the teacher says that Kate never arrived.
Mrs. Hudson!
She's gone out to ask around the neighborhood.
Oh dear.
Kate! Are you here? Kate! She was writing something here. Kate took her diary. What happened here? Why would she take her suitcase? Why was it left open? She took all of her favorites. They packed her things and left. I don't understand. What's that? The sound came from Alice's room. Alice!
Okay. Well.
Kate! Kate! Where are you?
You never do anything right!
Oh, we are tripping balls, man.
You're not caring about me! You don't understand anything! I'm just out with me!
We're tripping balls, man.
my daughter?
Your daughter? You don't...
So what did you do to her?
What you could never do. I made her happy.
I don't care what you think. Where is Kate?
You fool. You're useless to her. Why even bother?
Holmes, stop that.
I'll make her talk.
We don't need her. Just use your skill. I'll take care of her.
Man, Holmes is losing it.
This will not change anything, Mr. Holmes. This will not change anything, Mr. Holmes.
Search the room, Holmes.
This is what I heard from upstairs. I remember this place from my last visit. It's different now. Something was taken from here.
Sorry if I'm not like talking very much, guys, but I'm just trying to make sure that I look over carefully, and I just want you guys to deal with the atmosphere here. But this is so creepy.
Choice is not entirely correct. Choice is not entirely correct.
No, the wheelchair is here.
Choice is not entirely correct.
Wait, no, the mirror is here.
Choice is not entirely correct.
Okay.
No, choice is not entirely correct.
Trying to look around carefully here because I know something's missing.
Choice is not entirely.
Oh wait, no, the cradle is here. There we go.
Portrait of Alice's father, William Hamilton, and some items required to conduct a séance are missing. The lead goes to the cemetery. Watson, keep an eye on her.
This will not change anything, Mr. Holmes.
Kate, are you here?
Okay.
Kate, what did she do to you?
This is where it's gonna start getting really creepy.
Crossing. Trampled by feet. Earth-digging giant. Scholar of Rose. Kate's diary.
Where do we find him, Father?
Alice, my daughter.
Alice?
I know the answer to your question.
I can't believe that Alice made my little girl go through all this. Damned woman!
Yeah, there's another game that they did, Lewis, called Sherlock Holmes versus Darkness, or the Sherlock Holmes: The Call of Cthulhu, which basically had Sherlock go up against a cult of the old gods based on a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's works.
Kate's suitcase. Why did she leave it here?
And I think that's the more interesting point. It's like Holmes is meant to be a scientific character, but you throw him in situations like this that deal with the occult and supernatural, and it kind of makes it creepy but interesting, especially since he's a man of science. Because Holmes doesn't believe in magic or any of that kind of stuff.
Find the crypt.
Yeah, you think this is creepy. Sherlock Holmes and the Call of Cthulhu was just as eerie and creepy.
Go to the old cemetery. These writings constitute a single message, a guide. That's where Alice's father was buried. Alice brought them to perform the ritual. Those candles have been alight for almost 3 hours. Kate! Oh my God. It's Alice's father, mummified. It's Alice's father, mummified.
Okay. You know what? I've seen Norman Bates in Psycho, so I'm I would just go out here for a second and try to process what kind of weird, incestuous, like, nonsense we're kind of processing and seeing here. Okay, let's go back in here and let's just continue on. Because why not? This is not creepy enough yet.
Stormer. Madame Destiny. A map of British rivers. Alice keeps her father's belongings in this room, even the canteen from his boat. Alice is not merely peculiar, she is mentally ill. I hope Kate didn't see this. This witch. Alice, she brought my daughter even further. They followed this direction in this message. They went to the old cemetery.
Oh, this is so creepy.
Hold on, Kate.
Go to the old cemetery. Find the crypts on the crossing of 4 others. Felled by bullet, scholar of roads, earth-digging giant, and trampled by foot.
I need to recall some facts about certain famous people buried in this cemetery.
Okay.
Some of the names I selected are wrong.
Okay, so 2 of them are correct. 2 of them are not. That's actually not bad, believe it or not. So I got 2 out of the 4 right. Nope. And a nope. Unnamed crypt.
Some of the names I selected are wrong.
Okay, so good. We're starting to get... So this one's wrong. Okay, so 3... Unnamed crypt. Okay, we're getting into the thick of this. Where is that other crypt? There we go. Bingo! And they all intersect at this one. Whoa, the game's starting to lag a little bit. Wouldn't feel weird for Sherlock to be there, which is very interesting. I know, right? The beautiful part about a character like Sherlock Holmes is he's very adaptable, which I like.
Kate! Kate!
Big reveal, guys.
My dear child, I do not know when you will hear this message, except to leave you behind and do it him. Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. Well, you have to understand, he is your worst enemy. But because he so loves to hide behind the mask of his dubious morality, he would never kill you. Holmes. Holmes. I'm certain that he never understood you. I'm sorry for that. I hope you didn't cry too often having him as your father. I trust that you made him cry. Don't distress yourself, my child. I died by his hand. But your questions are over since you now know. You are my daughter. What matters is that you continue my work. Join our cause and you'll be empress of evil. My Kate, my flesh, before Holmes's eyes and in front of the world. Kate Moriarty has arrived.
I told you guys you would probably guess that, or you would... Ooh. Guys, when I first played this and they made that revelation, my jaw dropped because I never thought of that possibility that Kate was Moriarty's daughter. Like that was just like an oh my god moment. This is where this game became brilliant to me, is at the very end everything made sense.
Young Kate. Father.
Right, Lewis? That is brilliant writing, because all throughout that, you keep thinking, oh, you kind of knew Kate was tied to somebody from Holmes's past. Or that something happened that Holmes kind of wanted to protect her from. That is what he wanted to protect her from. The fact of finding out that she is the daughter of his greatest arch nemesis that perished at his hand.
Metal star with an extremely precise carving. Metal star with an Metal star. The dynamics of an asteroid. A work by Professor James Moriarty. That's a ribbon from Kate's hair. Kate met her true father. I need to find Alice. I'll make her speak this time. Professor James Moriarty. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. Carriage held but just ourselves. Immortality. From the outside. What? Alice!
Accept your death, you fool!
You witch! Let me out! Free Kate! Come back, witch! Keep your head, Sherlock. This is the only way to get out of here. Moriarty must have set up a strong enough riddle here.
I know we're in the intense part of this, but this puzzle actually will just slow us down. It's on PS4 and Xbox One, I believe. Okay, good. We get to skip this. So... Okay, good. We've solved this. Let's get down underneath the crypt here.
I'll find you.
Ooh, this is getting intense.
Watson!
Holmes, she tricked me.
Where's she gone? Watson, where?
I don't know. She left saying that she had to go and see a lady. A Mrs. Destiny?
Madam Destiny, she's a boat.
What?
Over there, Watson. She's abducted Kate.
I can't believe it.
She's a lunatic, Watson. She made a room for her dead father, and now Kate is with her.
See, all the other cases, guys, it's been calm, it's been fine. Now we get to the ending, and it absolutely is just, you know, pardon my French, that shit crazy.
Stay here and hold on to the boat, Watson. Stay here and hold on to the boat. Kate! Kate! Where are you?
Kate, I'm here. Just jump.
Alice! I'm afraid!
I know, but you'll be all right. Look, it doesn't burn. Come on. Ah!
Kate! Oh my God, no!
Go away!
Kate!
I'm a Moriarty! I'm the devil's daughter! I'm cursed! I'm a monster!
What? That does not make you a monster.
Yes! That's why you've always lied to me!
I only lied to you because I was too afraid of losing you. My God, ask Watson.
I was lied to all of my life. Do you have any idea how that feels?
No, Kate. I know what evil is. You have a good heart.
Oh!
Yes, he knows. Nothing can change fate. Listen, Lord Marsh was already dying from tuberculosis. He only hastened his fate, killing him.
I deal with criminals. These things can happen. I raised you differently.
You sent me away! When I'm home, we fight all the time!
No, living at Baker Street can be dangerous. Remember the bomb.
It isn't possible to escape destiny! The Rasco gang didn't. Holmes failed to reveal their murderer. Their death was their destiny, Kate.
Kate, don't listen to her.
And Holmes will be murdered himself. I have foreseen it.
I may be killed one day. It's the risk that I take, but my word helps to save other lives.
Really? And albeit? And Percy Fleming? You save lives? No! You enjoy taking lives!
You can't save me either!
I saved you. I adopted you. I gave you everything I could.
How can you trust him? He killed your real father, Kate!
Why? Why did you kill him?
To say that to a child, you're a mad woman. You know I had no choice.
See? Everything is determined! Remember the sign! Our meeting! The ceremony!
Kate, no. How can this suddenly mean more to you than your childhood?
See? It is time! The next life awaits us!
Kate, what sane woman would keep her father's mummified remains? She's irrational.
I don't care. I don't belong anywhere.
Kate, I can't lose you. I can't. I love you.
Daddy! I don't know what I'm doing! Help me!
Kate! Kate! Oh, God. Are you all right? She really was the Devil's daughter. Over here! Hurry, the boat's going down!
Ugh, that's a visage I didn't need to see.
I'm sorry too, Kate.
Whoa. Wow. Now that was an interesting ending. See, I love playing these Sherlock Holmes games because, especially, like, Frogware knows the character and they know how to make the stories kind of compelling and interesting. This, to me, was probably the more emotional of all the Sherlock Holmes games that I've played, and I've played quite a few of them, especially a lot of the PC games. And something about this game just really stuck out to me as having very compelling storytelling, because when we first meet Alice, and all that stuff is put on the back burner, we don't know who Kate's real father is, and then at the end, we find out Kate is the daughter of Moriarty. We find out that Alice was Alice's father was a criminal that was persecuted by Holmes years ago, and basically she's plotting revenge by getting back at Holmes through Kate, and it's so compelling in its storytelling how these subplots compared to the main cases in the game kind of start to build, and all of a sudden the cases don't matter so much as putting the dots together on the stuff involving Kate and Alice. And I kind of like how the developers did that. They shifted your focus onto the stuff that was in the background as opposed to the stuff that you were actually going through. And that, to me, when you can do that in a game, I mean, you know, hats off to you. Because it's very hard to create background stuff and have it all of a sudden be what the player focuses on more than, say, the main story elements. But let me stop there because I'm probably going to get, you know, obviously a copyright thing for the music that's playing. I have no doubt about that. So guys, that's it. That is the entire game, guys. That is Sherlock Holmes and the Devil's Daughter. You know, when this game was first announced, I was excited because it wasn't until Sherlock Holmes and the Call of Cthulhu that we hadn't had a supernatural-based, like, Sherlock Holmes game. And I just kind of had a feeling that this game was going to do something interesting. Because no way you'd have a title called The Devil's Daughter and it not have some kind of supernatural or weird twist. And it's just fascinating that Alice almost has like a voodoo priestess kind of vibe to her. And then, yeah, we find out the revelation, as you guys saw minutes and minutes ago, that, you know, Kate is not Kate Holmes, but Kate Moriarty. Like that's on another level, guys. But guys, that is it. That is Sherlock Holmes and the Devil's Daughter. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this series. I had so much fun doing this. I actually had more fun doing this series than I did Crimes and Punishment. And that's saying something, because Crimes and Punishment was very intricate. This one, it felt a lot more personal. And to me, it's kind of the stone bearer for what I hope a lot of future Sherlock Holmes games are going to be. So I kind of set the bar a little bit high, but I also kind of am hoping that Frogware will give this same amount of attention and detail to the games going forward. But anyway, guys, I'm going to stop the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this series and this very just like super crazy, like I said, you know, like just like batshit crazy ending to this game. So, until then, guys, I will probably need to go take a breather for a little bit. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.